Paul, what's up, dude?
Same stuff, different day.
Same stuff, different day. That's pretty good. Normally, you would have said a different word instead of stuff.
Yes,
but
I
you're
would
doing
have.
a very good job. It's one of the not one of my. It's kind of like one of my rules. Is like we don't swear. Sometimes I do, and sometimes it slips out. But we're doing better.
This is your sanctuary,
Yeah,
your rules.
You've been crushing it recently, which has been great, dude. I see you walking around town all the time. If you ever hear someone honking at you, it's definitely me.
All right.
Because I see you like, dude, you're by Wegmans. Like
Yep.
I'm like driving up there, and I'm like, dude, what is he doing over here?
Just miles.
He's rucking. He said
With body fat.
You said earlier that you were gaining weight, so you didn't have to actually ruck. So that whenever it comes up, you just drop the weight. And you're like, oh man, I'm super strong. That's smart. That's really smart.
It's the wrestler way.
Oh my gosh. So let's get to the background. You wrestler way. You wrestled back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You were Scranton area.
North of Williamsport.
Okay.
Or
Gotcha.
south. I don't know. South of Williamsport? South of Williamsport, I think.
That gets a little tricky sometimes.
It's over a mountain.
Gotcha. So when did you start wrestling?
Second grade.
Second grade.
Yeah.
Very
Lewisburg.
Cool. Oh, really? First tournament, how'd you do?
Oh, counted the lights every match.
Nice. So the first tournament that Ella Jo went into, my first tournament, I took third. I was like, man, I'm the best. I got a trophy. I'm the best. But Ella Jo, she did her first tournament, and she lost her first match. But the reason she lost was because I didn't know the score. She actually won the match. She took the dude down in the beginning for to his back and got 4 back points, but they didn't put him on the scoreboard. So then it was just like there were 2 cats in the bag, reversing. I'm like, oh, Joe, get out. You can take him down. And instead of getting a reversal, she tried to get out and lost. So and then she tech falled her next person, and then she lost again. But
that's way better than counting the lights every match.
Yeah. So she got 1 W. She should have had 2. But Dad doesn't know how to keep score, which is kind of sad. So, but you wrestled with one of my Cornell buddies back in the day.
I did.
Steve Ansarovich is his name. He was he graduated a year before I got to school.
Okay.
So when I was on my recruiting trip, he was still around. And I was in the room since I was a little munchkin. So when he first got in, I was always there watching him and doing everything like that. But you said he threw you through a wall, broke your neck or something?
In districts, he suplexed me, and I didn't tuck my head, and fractured C5, C6, and C7, and ruptured the disc.
Nice.
It was a great time.
Dang.
Not
so
really.
Did you end up finishing the match? Or
I finished the match, and I wrestled the next morning, which was not advised, but we didn't know it was wrong.
14, 15 years old, something like that. Dude, kids are resilient. We are resilient little creatures, but that's not a good sign when you get crushed like that. I've fortunately never had a neck issue. I get stingers occasionally, but never had a real neck issue. Occasionally get knocked in the head, but we'll talk about more of that later.
Yep.
But so after high school, you go through high school, and what's next? Tell me a little bit more about that.
So after I had the neck surgery to fuse it, they used a piece of cadaver femur.
Okay.
I was 17, I think 16 maybe.
Gotcha.
When I had it fused, because I wrestled for the next year without knowing.
Wow.
And then I was in a match, and my head got pushed down, and I lost all motor function in both arms. And I was like, what the heck just happened?
Wow.
They're like, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So we had surgery a month later, came back, got cleared to wrestle again. Wasn't very successful coming back. If you take time off in PA in high school, you're going to get...
PA wrestling's tough.
Yep, you're going to get it. It's
not as tough as New York wrestling. Not quite as tough as New York, but it's still pretty good. Pennsylvania is still pretty good. New York, especially upstate New York, like southern tier, that's where the best guys come from.
You say so.
I mean, you got Yanni Diakmahalis, who's a 4-time NCAA champion. This guy, Kyle Dake, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he won it like 4 different weights.
4 times. Just kidding.
It's crazy.
I'm just being a jerk. But Pennsylvania is really, really good. So not exactly what you wanted. Then after that, what happened? What did you do after high school?
Went to Penn State, did my freshman year, and then fall of 2005, I decided to join the Army.
Sweet.
So I went as a military police officer. Came back fall of 2006 to school again. Still wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. So I ended up leaving the Army. I volunteered to deploy with them, but they wouldn't deploy me because they kept slotting my unit, which was a detachment, a 362nd MP detachment out of Ashley. They'd slot us as like auxiliary to big army, and then they'd cancel the deployment.
Okay.
So they'd cancel my request because needs of
Okay.
the army. So after the second time, I was like, all right, well, I want to go do something. I didn't join as an MP to just sit on my butt.
Yeah.
Like, it was the number one deployable MOS, especially if you were reserve or guard. So I left the Army, went to the Navy, went to Buds, failed. Then I went to Guantanamo, did really well there. Went back to Buds again, failed again. And when they were putting me on limited duty for 18 months, I was like, I'm not sitting behind a desk in tennis shoes. Please let me out early. And they did.
Wow.
And after that, I went and finished my degree through Penn State. So 2004 to 2011 for my undergrad. Started my MBA.
A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
Yep.
They're called doctors.
Yeah. Yep.
One of my favorite quotes of all time, Tommy Boy. My dad used to say that all the time.
They're not criminology majors. They're doctors. Precisely.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Did my MBA, opened up my gym out in California. Ran that until COVID and the cops showed up and shut me down.
Yeah.
Then I broke my neck again.
Doing what?
I got
Crazy story, whatever.
drugged and jumped out of a moving vehicle, and
Dude.
yeah,
What?
concussion, was out for an hour and a half. It was not great. Had to do an emergency 4-level spine fusion, C5, 6, 7, and T1. So I got 8 screws and titanium in there now. This scar, I think, is the one that's this way, not this way.
Okay.
This one is the second one. And then I had some issues for about 2 years. Just got over all those, and I started training again about 4 or 5 months ago, whenever I met you.
Yeah.
And then you got me into red light
when
therapy.
you say training, you're talking about like lifting and stuff like that, or what are you talking about training?
All of it.
All of it.
Walking, increasing the speed, increasing the intensity. Maybe not like I used to, but it's still, this is the relative intensity for today.
Gotcha.
If I maximize that, I'm still going to make progress for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So changed a little bit of how I approach it. I just did front squats for the first time in 3 or 4 years, 2 days ago.
Wow.
Back squats were the same way. So slowly but surely trying to implement some of those things again.
Yeah.
I'm more on the, just keeping moving right now. Like, that's fitness for me right now.
Yeah. I mean, if you break your neck and have spinal fusions, that is impressive that you're able to walk again and actually have motor function and being able to do all that stuff. That's really cool. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment in itself.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So yeah. I mean, it shows resilience and shows this is important to you. And I mean, staying fit is super important for all of us.
Yeah.
But to just have that type of adversity and then be able to push back and be like, you know what, I'm not going to let this, define me. And, obviously going through the Navy and trying at Buds. I mean, I forget what percentage of people fail at Buds. It's a lot.
It's like 90.
I'm pretty sure I would fail at Buds, and
I
they would
so.
kick my butt. My problem would probably be, I'm old now. My problem would be getting yelled at. I'm like, dude, I'm 34 years old. You don't need to yell at me. I'm going to do what you say. And if I do what you say, please don't yell at me. And they'll just be like, if I said that, if for whatever reason, someone who's just going to yell at me more, definitely, 100%. I had a couple of buddies that, one's a SEAL and his brother's a SEAL too. They're freaking crazy.
Insane.
They're badass. I mean, and I'm not allowed to swear, but I did. But they're those are the type of people that you want on your side, in times of crisis and things like that. So I have a huge respect for military people. So thank you for service and thanks for doing it all. I know it's not why you do it, but it's still something that gets said a lot. And yeah, it's cool, really cool. And then just getting surgeries, and that's
just keep going,
nuts.
Keep getting up.
So have you had any other surgeries besides neck?
Nope.
Wow, that's great. I mean, awesome. I've had surgery: foot, knee, shoulder, heart. Heart was an ablation, but that was a while ago. Different than neck surgery, I would definitely say. I mean, there's just that's crazy that as a species, we're able to cut a human open, go in there with all that whatever is in there, nerves and spinal fluid, everything. Make sure we don't break anything, put it back together, and then get out of there. And just now you're walking.
How are they drilling into my vertebrae from the front and then driving titanium screws in? I woke up from the surgery and they're like, "Do you want pain meds?" I go, "No, I'm amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not burning alive anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need pain meds.
Dude.
It's great.
That's awesome. I mean, it's just like, I honestly don't know how it works. And I have buddies, one of my other buddies, an orthopedic surgeon, and, he does trauma and stuff. And it's just like the things that he sees and tells me about. Like, I have no idea what those people go through. Like, no idea. I mean, I'm on the other receiving end, wrestling, okay, whatever. But it's not like literally cutting a human open. I get upset when I have to kill my chickens, I'm just like, cutting people open is just a wild thing.
Yeah.
And to just do it with that amount of precision, just really, really cool. Really cool that can happen. So, you've been back in State College for 4-ish months, you said?
I've been here for a year and a half.
Okay.
Back for a year and a half.
Back training, you said.
Yeah, back to
Gotcha.
putting training first.
Gotcha.
About 4 months. I started this month was, raising awareness for stopping soldier suicide. I'm wearing the shirt.
Very cool.
I just finished. I had to do 62 miles. I did 66 and a half. I finished my 62 last night, but I didn't know where it was. And just so happened that I did 4.5 extra.
Nice.
So the rest of the month, I'm going to continue to do it because you always see me walking. I might as well record it.
Yeah.
I try and hit about 20 to 30,000 steps a day right now.
Okay.
I'm
at about 12 steps a day.
12.
Maybe 13 on a good day.
But you don't count what's on a mat.
Yeah.
Think about all the work that you do there.
It's not steps. That's good stance and motion right there.
Yeah.
Those don't count as steps. Just kidding.
It's a whole different kind of.
I have no idea how many steps I hit. No idea. I hate tracking things like that. It gives me like
anxiety.
Too much. I'm just like thinking about it all the time. Like, man, I got to track my steps. And all of a sudden I'm looking at my phone more and more. I'm like, what am I doing? Just go, but chasing around kids too. I bet I probably hit like 10,000.
Oh, I bet with the kids you hit more than you think.
Definitely. But anyway, so you're getting 20, 30,000 steps a day, just like raising awareness for your brothers and sisters. I mean, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely not being in the military is just like wild to me.
Best time in the world.
I've heard that all over the place. Everyone loves their experience. You
want to understand family? Join the military.
Yeah. My brother-in-law was in the Navy. One of my groomsmen was in the Navy. Miss Leanne, our
my favorite.
She just holds down the fort. Her husband, Joey, he was I think he's Marines.
He was. E9.
He's just, it's just cool, Uncles in the Marines, buddies from high school went in the Marines. So it's just really like everyone knows somebody that's in it.
Yep.
But it just like takes a certain type of person to like go do it, And I was just like, man, give me my ivory tower. Like, I don't want to go do that. I'm chilling. But at the same time, just like a huge amount of respect for all of it. And then also just like not only the physical side, like the physical side, like, okay, I might be able to take that. But from like a mental, emotional side, from just going through the training, all of that, and then into like even potentially going to a combat zone. Like that's something that I can't imagine what people are coming home to. I mean, you can read about it as much as you want. You see it sometimes, but like sometimes you see it in the movies, but it's like there's a lot going on, and I think that's pretty cool that you're, doing what you can to help people when they come back and, be able to like do something for them.
Well, it's mental health. It's like, I did 9.5 miles in a circle. I don't know if Leanne told you about that.
No, I didn't.
The circle is 200ths of a mile. Okay. And it was 4 hours.
Wow.
Or 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. It doesn't matter. Wow. It was this very small circle.
Yeah.
And then I posted, I was like, we're trying to end soldier suicide or veteran suicide in general. Got to do work, but what's the definition of insanity?
Mm-hmm. Doing the same thing over
and over again. Yeah. If we're not talking about traumatic brain injuries and suicide in the same sentence, we're not doing something right.
Yeah.
Like, we know that everyone in the military, for the most part, at least the Army and the Marine Corps, I know those branches do this, but you go to a grenade range and a grenade's not that big of an explosive.
Yeah.
But you feel the shockwave a quarter mile away. It's a 3 to 5 meter kill radius.
Yeah.
It's loud.
Yeah.
And we know that those waves do damage to the brain. To what extent, we may not know right now. Yeah. I don't know if there's been a study on that. But it's something that we definitely need to look into.
Yeah.
Or it would be worthwhile looking into, I believe.
For sure.
And you guys are here doing all this stuff with hyperbaric oxygen therapy, all the recovery stuff, all the stuff that I told you when I first met you that I don't do any of. And now I do it all. Red light therapy, very simply put, it works. Like, it works so insanely well that I cannot believe I never looked into this kind of stuff. I'm just like, I was an idiot. Why didn't I look into this? And I knew coming here, I knew with your background that everything was going to be perfect and I didn't have to worry about a thing.
I mean, that's, for us, it was just like, how can we give an Olympic level experience to the everyday person?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we want to do. Give an Olympic level experience to a stay-at-home mom, to a plumber, to a lawyer, to a doctor, whoever. And it's like, well, oh, this is what they're doing. This is, and people always say with hyperbaric, it's like, oh, LeBron James has one of those, right? It's like, yeah, he has one. And he, you know, he's one of the most, he has the greatest longevity of any basketball player, it seems. He's still like really, really good. Now he's not at the height of his powers, but he's still a problem on the court, you know? So, and that's not the only reason, obviously, but what is something small that you can change to enhance your performance in the office, to enhance your performance on the job
What's that
site?
1%?
Yeah.
How do we strive for that 1%? Where do I find that 1%? What can I do just a little bit differently to just be a little bit better? And then go from there. Yeah. It's
and some of that is like, we have a sports background. I feel like people who have sports background kind of get a little bit more. And high performers get it. You know, like I've talked to other high performers who are not in the sports world, and they just have a different way of going about it.
Yeah.
But they're getting consistently better all the time, and they hold themselves to a really high standard. And if we can help enhance them in any way, you know, like their brain getting new neural connections because they're able to get into a hyperbaric chamber, to get in the cocoon tub.
I still got to try that.
You got to try that. Dude, it was the first time I did it. I've told this story on the podcast a bunch of times, but the first time I got in, I'm thinking I'm going to have this incredible experience. My body's going to feel great. My skin's going to feel great. I get in and I'm sitting there kind of waiting. I'm like, maybe I'll hold my breath underwater. I go underwater, I'm holding my breath. I'm like, I wonder how long it's been. And I'm like holding it. I'm not really feeling like this crazy urge. And so I get out and I'm like, that was pretty long. I'm gonna time it this time. So I go under and time it again. And I'm like close to 2 minutes. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I don't hold my breath that long anywhere, especially in a hot tub, you know? And so then I get out and I'm just sitting there, and then all of a sudden my brain just goes making different connections with business, with family, with wrestling, like all of it. I'm just like, how is this even possible that there was this untapped potential? And we don't know what we don't know. So maybe I've always been a mouth breather. Definitely my brain has been starving for oxygen. And trying to get better. My palate is still narrow. I got to widen my palate. I got to learn to breathe through here. I think I have cauliflower nose. Cauliflower ears for sure. I think I might have some cauliflower nose. One of my buddies, really good friend, he definitely had cauliflower nose.
I do.
It's funny.
Yep. Just on the side that I used to get cross-faced on every freaking time.
Anyway, but it's just crazy what like a little bit of a change will do. And for us, education is really important. But you also just got to feel it.
Yeah.
So for you got to feel it.
The most important thing is being able to understand that you feel it. Like, it's the same thing with teaching lifting or fitness. I'm like, I can tell you it all day long. I can show you all day long. But unless you feel it and understand what I'm teaching you, it's not going to make an impact on you that's going to last. Yeah. So I need you to learn how to feel it. And that's the goal every day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. But I mean, just having the Olympic level experience, like I was saying, for, you know, everyone. We had Alex, he came in. I need to get him on here too, but his story is crazy. Like, he got in a really bad car wreck, was going to get massages for 6 months, like nothing was moving the needle for him. Got in the hyperbaric chamber, was like, oh, this feels pretty good. Got in the cocoon, was like, dude, this is unreal. Like, my neck has not felt this good, and I can't tell you how long. And it's just like a small little change, and you have to find what your body needs at that time. And I'm not saying we have every single answer for every single problem.
No.
But what we can do, what we know is that your body is a self-healing machine. It wants to feel better. It wants to find harmony. It wants to find balance. So if we can help a little bit, push you in the right direction, well, your body's going to be able to catch up.
Healthy homeostasis is a thing.
Mm-hmm. So if like your body's going to tell you what you need. Your issue might be in your neck. My issue might be on my heart. His issue might be in his skin. Who knows? But your body's going to prioritize what you need. So it'll move the nutrients that it needs. What oxygen is a crucial nutrient for us. And if we can saturate the body with oxygen and then move it to where our body's going to prioritize it, then we know we're doing the right thing. And it's going to be individualized for each person. So it's not going to be something that's just like a standard. We have standard protocols, but that doesn't mean it's going to do the same thing for you as it is for me. So I think it's really cool that we have so many things to offer people, from cycle to Pilates to hyperbaric, red light, cocoon, bouncer, pro, sauna, cool bunch. It's like all here. If you want to come down and do it, you can. People just see sauna and they think an old, gross, very musty, moldy place at an old gym that's, older than my grandpa.
Right.
And that's what they imagine. I remember that's what I was in when I was in high school, going to an old
when we wore garbage bags in them or vinyls?
I never did that.
You never did that?
I never did that. No, I would go in the sauna for a little bit and then get on the bike and then go back in.
When I cut to 103, I did that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's just, I hope there's no kids that are doing that anymore.
I agree.
I'm sure there are, but hopefully that stops.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And back then, that was just the thing that we did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really a known thing. I'm very big on, I always say my thing for business and life in general is know what you know, know what you don't know, have the humility and be humble enough to understand there's more that you don't know than you know, and try and know the people that know what you don't know.
There we go. Cover all your bases. But anyway, so we had the crazy sauna.
Yep.
Gross sauna. And now we have, a Vitality. We're like, no, we're keeping a pristine
Your sauna is awesome.
We got to keep it super clean. The team does a great job.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my team here is just unbelievable. They go above and beyond. And that's really what we're looking for. We're looking for people who go above and beyond everything. And whether it's general manager, someone who's coming in to clean the toilets, or produce a podcast. Everyone's going above and beyond, and that's what we're looking for.
Yep.
And we're just have a special place here.
Oh, it is beyond special.
But the cool part is while we have all these negative thoughts about sauna in some ways in the wrestling community, other people are like, oh, that's a great detox tool. I'll stay in for 5-10 minutes. My skin will be glowing. My energy's up. There's different ways, and then other people are like, oh, sauna's terrible for you. You're just going to be super dehydrated and you're not going to really make a difference. And a lot of it, again, comes back to that education piece. What do we have to teach people of the benefits of sauna, of the benefits of cold plunge, of all of it?
Hey, if you have arthritis, like I have in my lower back, I did a lot of forced cell extractions in Guantanamo. I was in charge of the hands. Every time we had to go in and grab someone out of a cell for whatever reason, I was the guy who was on the cuffs, and I was the hands guy. So we'd go in, pull them out, and the beds there are fixed in the concrete. So when you're the 3-man, you have to go under the bed. Your back is not in a great position to then lift a 180-pound dude up.
Yeah.
But the sauna, going into it, I go in there to get warm and start to move around. I will do, bend over and stretch, or I'll do step-ups in there just so that I can kind of get heat into the joint area and almost lubricate it a little bit. And it helps me move so much every time I do it.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend it to anyone for that purpose.
Just warm, your body. It's interesting what temperature, some people will measure their temperature in the mornings just to see how's their body working.
How's your metabolism going?
And my body temperature is low relative, which is surprising to so
surprises
many people.
me.
Yeah. My body temperature is actually pretty low. I don't know why. And just trying to fix it. But when you sleep, your body core temperature needs to drop 1 degree Celsius, I think is what it is. So that's why having a cold room is so beneficial to sleep.
I didn't know
because your body needs to cool down. But yeah, so there's just so many things that, again, educating, whether it be arthritis, whether it be general inflammation, what are the tools that we have to help with that? And it's always contextual. Are you getting ready for a workout, Are you waking up in the morning? Are you getting ready to go to sleep? And then what is your general, like, what's your general pattern of the day look like? And how can we step in to help you enhance whatever you're looking for? Some people are looking to chill out because their RPMs are so high. Like, dude, I need to relax. Hop in the sauna. Other people are like, man, I feel so sluggish. Get in the cold plunge. Like, go right now. Boom. That'll wake you up.
Oh, yeah, it will.
And there's just funny things that, and they're just general things that you can come in. And when you do it, you don't want to be alone. So that's why being here is really cool, because you're not alone.
I love the wellness together thing in the back.
Yeah. That was a nice little add-on for us. But that's really what we're about, just wellness together. If you can come in, instead of having a late night out, you can have a late night here, and you can connect with a bunch of different people, whether it be in the sauna or, suffering in the cold plunge together. Dude, that's my hardest thing to do for sure. Is cold plunge.
Just don't like.
It's not something that I love to do, but doing hard things is something that we all need to do every once in a while. So I definitely will pop in there from time to time. But yeah, having that wellness together piece was really important from the get-go. From the start of this whole thing was we want Olympic level modalities for everybody, but we also want you to do it together.
Yeah.
So how can we incorporate both
Builds
of
a
those
community.
concepts? Yeah. And it's fun. It's really fun. When the energy gets so high in here, when we have fitness classes and then we have people in the sauna and we just have people all over the place.
You always have high energy people here, period. That's what is, I see it every day that I'm here. It's great.
And the goal is to help people just we want them to have more energy, because in general, people are like moping around, looking at their phone,
social media is
beeping, bopping.
Terrible thing, but an essential thing sometimes.
Yeah, it's a way for people to connect, but it's also a way for people to dissociate.
Yeah.
And not connect. I can hide behind a screen.
That's a great way of putting it.
And say what I want to say without having to put my name behind it. And there was always that risk back in the day. If you said something somebody didn't like, you could catch a fist right in the face. And not always the best thing. But it taught you how to think things over before you do it, instead of just spewing whatever you want on the internet. But we live in a completely different world.
Yes, we
kids
do.
live on there, and having to reach them and connect to them and pull them into this world. We're just a different generation.
Yep.
The generation now. My son my daughter, my youngest one, she's 6 months old. She just beat the cutoff. She is Generation Alpha.
Okay.
Now in 2025, it's Generation Beta. So sorry, Will. Generation Beta for you. But it's funny how we categorize ourselves, no
put stupid labels on for no reason.
Yeah. No other species would ever even consider having labels like that. It's just like, no, this is what I'm doing. I'm just and I don't even know what they're thinking. Do they have a name for themselves? They have to. Does a cat have a name for itself? Does a dog have a name for itself? Does a grizzly bear have a name for itself? I'm Big Bear. I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, so you just being able to go reach people where they're at. And whether it's Gen Z or millennials or, lost generation, whatever it is, how can we help them?
Yeah.
And everyone has a need everyone wants to be healthy. Everyone wants to have a health span. They just don't know it.
Yep.
They don't want to be stuck in a bed when they're 60 years old and not be able to do anything. You hear older people all the time, I just want to play with my grandkids. Well, come on down. Let's help you play with your grandkids.
Let's keep you moving.
Yeah. Come on down and we'll see what we can do with you and do what we can. But yeah, it's a lot of fun because you get a huge range of people, whether it be even the range of people from college students, like an 18-year-old kid versus a 22-year-old kid is vastly different. And then one happens to be from, India. Another one happens to be from the deep South. And it's just like, these people have nothing in common other than they love Penn State and they want to be healthier.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool, from a networking standpoint, to be able to come down and be a part of it. And then all of a sudden you toss in, there's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time for Penn State, Trace McSorley. There's Kyle Dake.
Yep.
There's, whoever. Coach Rhodes comes down. We have people that want to be around all the time. And it's just fun. We get women's soccer players who are like, I'm like, oh, how's it going? They're just wearing a soccer jersey or shirt. And I'm like, oh, you guys are awesome. Good job. Not realizing that they are like star players. I'm like, oh man, I am such a ding dong. Like I got like you're the best. Like next time I see them, like you're awesome. Like congrats. Like keep it up. And or hockey players or whoever. We have people that come down, and then we have other people who are working on these crazy issues with their PhD, and they're trying to figure it out. And whether I don't know, there's so many different things, but
there are.
and like, hey, what are you working on? And they're like, oh, I'm just trying to solve this huge, massive world problem and like try to understand what's going on. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just the jock over here then, and I'll listen to what you have to say. But I think it's the wellness together, the community is really important to what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, when you build that connection and you create that strong sense of community and belonging, like that's when everyone starts to benefit. And I mean, you've already got that done here.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's interesting too, because we have, we'll have somebody like we had I don't know how many seniors we had, but they're moving on. We'll never see them again. I'm like, dang, I'm going to miss you guys. I'm going to miss hanging out with you. And then we have this new crop of kids who are coming in, and we got to teach them about health and wellness. And, we do our best to try to enhance your performance, whether it be, in the classroom, at work, on the field, on the mat, on the court, whatever. But I
mean, right now I teach students up at the IM building for free. I'm like, come in.
Yeah.
You want to learn how to lift? Come on in.
It's cool.
It's like, I don't have the gym set up yet. And until I do, I have a facility up there that I can use for free. So let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Another thing, well, the first time you came in, you came in so hot.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I was just like, man, who is this guy? We're talking about hyperbarics. You're like, oh, no, it needs to be 2.3679 or 12, 14 atmospheres, and anything else is like worthless. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, and so you just have your connections with your Navy buddies.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know what you know, you know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And I was just getting into like the effectiveness, and I am talking to a guy from the Navy's experimental dive unit who they do things way different than everybody else.
Yeah.
They're like in a special class of their own. Like, we're going to push the envelope and test it. We may mess ourselves up a little bit, but we're going to figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
And like, that's what I learned from that was, I had 3 different schools of thought, and now I've learned them all from these different doctors from speaking to them. And it's like, okay, there's a wide range here of what this can be used for. It's not a one purpose type therapy. You talk a lower 1.4 pressure to decrease inflammation, and then you're talking about detoxifying at higher pressures. And it's really interesting to learn. It's a very not newish, but a very there's a lot of discovery left.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's really new technology. And while it's relatively old, definitely for divers, but it's new for the common person.
Yep.
And you're seeing places pop up all over the place with using hyperbarics and trying to make sure that really, I mean, keeping everyone safe, but it does have a huge benefit in so many off-label uses. You were talking to me about TBIs and traumatic brain injuries. Like, so did you ever have, other than your neck, like you said, being,
I've had a couple of concussions.
Yeah. Got tossed in your head a couple times. Been around some grenades, like that sort of thing. So have you utilized hyperbarics in?
I have not yet. The only time I've done it was in the Navy, and it was during the physical, I think, a dive physical.
Gotcha.
I think I did it in Guantanamo.
Yeah. Cool.
But
so just learning about it and now we got to get you hands-on.
Get you in there. Now I got to get in there.
Yeah. That's fun. That's really fun. So you're planning on starting a gym here in town. What's the name of it going to be again?
The name doesn't really matter. I've had the placeholder is Iron Line.
Okay.
My last one was Reality Strength and Conditioning. So I don't know what. Right now, that's the placeholder because we're in State College and it's Penn State.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the name.
Gotcha.
It's about like you said, delivering an experience that has that Olympic level of attention to detail for everyone. That's the goal. There's a path forward in fitness for everyone. And it's being able to adapt it to the individual. I had a 67-year-old came in. She got hit by a car when she was 14. They told her she'd never squat again. And I was like, I don't agree with that. Yeah. Within a month, we're going to have you doing a full squat. Her and her husband would come in, and I'd completely change the workout for them. But within a month, we had her doing a full squat.
That's cool.
To a box. We just kept lowering it a little bit.
Yeah.
And she was like, now I can walk again. I'm like, yeah, you can. This is what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, getting people moving, and a lot of it is there's a lot of fear, when something like that happens and you have an authority figure who is like, hey, you're never going to walk again. You're never going to do this. And I'm crazy enough to be like, yeah, I am. You're not going to tell me what to do.
Right.
But some people aren't, they're just like, all right, well, I guess this is my life now. And until they have somebody that's like willing to push the envelope with them.
Yes.
Not to say, hey, you can do this. All right, walk away. It's like, no, I'll walk right with you. There's a really cool skit. I forget what it was, but one of the guys who was talking, and it wasn't a skit. It was just, he was like talking to his team. I was like, hey, so-and-so come up here. He's a big burly guy. He's like, all right, walk over here. And he was just like holding his hand on his back. All right, let's walk back over here. And then we'll take into the middle. It was 14 steps. Now it's 7. Okay, here, good. And then he gets up with him. And then he's like, all right, put your hands up. And guy puts his hands up and he just starts pushing on him. And the guy just starts resisting him. He can't move him. He's like way bigger than him.
Yeah.
And he's pushing. All right, hold on. And he does it again and can't move him at all. And the lesson was, well, I can't force you to do anything. If I try to push you to do something, you're going to resist me the whole way. But if I walk with you and I guide you, I can get you to take 14 steps across the room and then another 7 steps back and help you be there where you need to be. So a lot of it is just us guiding people through all of these different steps, because we are social creatures. That's what we are. Human beings, we're a social mammal, and we need to be around people who at least show that they care about us. So I think that's a big deal for having, whether it's a gym or a wellness club or a team, whether it's you're working as a team. Some people are just solo, and that's a little tricky eventually. And everyone's cut from a little bit different of a cloth, but I have a hard time being solo.
No two people learn the same way, so I don't really think any two people should be taught the same way. I think really have to find how to communicate with each person on an individual level. And maybe you're not the right coach for someone, or that happens. And it is what it is. There are some people that flourish with a certain style of coach and not with another style. And whose fault is that? No one's. It's go where you're best fit, go where you get the most results. Sometimes you grow out of a coach and move into another one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's no hard feelings in that. It's like, you've taken me as far as you can get me, and now I have to go further.
Yeah. Being a product of your environment. I mean, and I think it's really important that you surround yourself with really good people.
I agree with that.
And you have, I think, what do they say? Your network is your net worth. So being around people who are high achievers and doing great things is really important. You never want to be the smartest man in the room. There's like all these little sayings.
Always trying to be the dumbest.
There's always
you
these
stand the
little
most to
sayings.
gain.
Yeah. And I think it's important. Everyone's trying to better themselves. At least that's the goal. You want to help people who are trying to help themselves.
Yep.
So whether it be, they're trying to be their best version of whatever.
Car salesman, doesn't matter. Whatever it is.
I'll help,
Yep.
And I'll try to learn from you. One of my favorite things is to learn from people who aren't athletes. And just like, I know you're a high performer. You are crushing it. What can you teach me? How can I apply that to my wrestling? How can I apply that to my business? How can I apply that to being a father? And you just seem like you're excellent at whatever. I want to learn. And I think having that growth mindset versus a fixed mindset makes a big difference. And being willing to step out of your comfort zone in a lot of ways. You got to test on yourself. Really, you need to test yourself. And whether you're thinking about, okay, well, maybe I should run a 50-mile race, or maybe I shouldn't. And me, I am not a 50-mile racer, but I know that you signed up for a 50-mile race on a whim.
To pace Leanne for the first 50 miles.
She doesn't need pacing for sure. She is an absolute beast. Leanne's just run. I think she's got a 50K this week, but she is awesome. Like
she's a beast. She's awesome. My favorite.
She does. I mean, yesterday she brought her family in, which was really cool. And I think I've said this on a podcast before, but I tried to get Marcelo to like jab his mom a little bit. He just like refuses to do it. And I'm like, dude, you're awesome. Like, I hope my kids are this nice to me. But yeah, Malia is awesome too. She's quiet around me though, but she'll represent Vitality Wellness Club, which I really appreciate. She was wearing a Vitality Wellness Club shirt the other day. But Joey, we're Leanne's husband. We're figuring out how to get him out of board shorts and Crocs. I mean, that's his go-to outfit. Being from Hawaii and stuff, he's just like, that's what we had. That's what we did. He was telling me a story yesterday. It was awesome. But
he's great too.
Yeah, so you're planning on doing 50 miles. You're
Yep.
definitely going to be in here the next day, needing to be here the next day.
Yep, I will be.
Try to survive. So you're
I'm at least
training.
training for this a little bit. Last
Yeah.
time I didn't train for anything, and I just was like, yeah, let's just go do a half marathon after not running for 2
Yeah.
years. It was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Terrible.
We tried to get one of our teammates, I forget who it was. We're like, hey, you got to run a full marathon on a treadmill, and without any training, and you're just sitting in the dark, just running. And he I think he agreed to maybe he was gonna do it, and then I have another teammate who was just crazy, and that's what he would do for fun. He would just run half marathons on the treadmill. I'm like, what are you doing? Go outside. He's like, oh, I want to run here. Dude,
How?
Nuts.
Yeah.
You're nuts. But some people are just built different to run. I'm not a runner. I mean, I can maybe sprint a little bit, but I'm not a runner. If there's a ball involved, like if it's dodgeball, kickball, wiffle ball, softball, I will run all day.
Short sprints.
But if it is me alone with my thoughts with no competitive thing associated with it, I struggle a little bit. But maybe that's what I need to do more of. Maybe that's what I need. Yeah, who knows? What else you got for me? Tell me about the red light. That's what I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
So you had a little mishap. We don't have to get into the details of that.
Right.
But you came in and your arm was just like swollen up. You couldn't really move it at all. Started to get some range of motion back. Tell me, you were all bruised up.
Yep.
And then you're like, hey, you text me like, hey,
what do I do?
And I was like, start in red light, get in the hyperbaric.
Yep.
So you went in the red light. Tell me about it.
Went in the red light. So the protocol was 10 minutes a day, twice a day. Mm-hmm. And I don't ask questions. I just do it one set. I asked him once and that was it. And I'm like, all right, done, on it.
Yeah.
And it was just starting to bruise. I have a bruise that was under my shirt that's just still there.
Yeah.
10, 11-ish days later.
Yeah.
This bruised and stopped bruising and went away. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
That's cool.
How did that work that well?
Yeah.
And the other one was like my sleep quality.
Yeah.
Has, simply put, red light therapy works.
Yeah.
Done. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was so thoroughly impressed by like everything. I'm like, this is a game changer. Why did I never do this stuff before? Like, I'm an idiot for not doing recovery. I'm really an idiot.
Yeah, sometimes we're a little
strong-willed,
we'll say.
Yeah.
We're strong-willed.
So I had one of my younger athletes that started with me up at the IM building. We did our first workout, and I brought him right down here. Nice. And now he has a membership here for the next month. So he's like, dude, recovery, it really makes a difference. I'm like, I'm glad you're learning this now, not when you're my age.
Yeah.
Like, you're way smarter than me.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
When I go somewhere and train or I'm just, for whatever reason, we're booked up here and I can't get in when I need to get in, or being a dad, life happens.
Yeah, you have chaos.
And I can't get in red light or can't get in the hyperbaric or anything for a while, I definitely notice a huge difference. Like, definitely. But the sleep quality is huge. Sometimes luckily now we've had 4 days of sunshine, which has been awesome. So I can get a little bit of red light therapy out there with that in the mornings and the evening. But it's not quite the same. It doesn't hit the same way of just a concentrated effort.
The sun out there is not the same as that direct.
It's just different.
Yep.
It's definitely different. And the sunshine, I always default to nature knows best. So I always default to the sun, like if I have to. But
if you have an
acute
just a
tool,
thing,
or
if it's an acute thing, right? Like, I can go target it in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not just go for a walk in the sun.
Yeah. So it's really cool to be able to have a tool like that.
Oh yeah.
And that's really, I've said this so many times, but we just have tools here. How do we use the tool? You could use a hammer to drive a nail into a piece of wood, or you could use it as a doorstop. I mean, it's not what it was designed to do, but it still works. Mm-hmm. So with knowing how to use the tools is appropriate too. Whether it be you need to get in twice a day or 4 times a day. There's protocols where you get in 4 times a day for 10 minutes. So that's a little bit more intense, but yeah. And you wear glasses, contacts?
Glasses.
You have terrible vision?
No, I actually don't. The vision issues are from the traumatic brain injury.
Gotcha.
The first one.
Gotcha.
I get double vision in my dominant eye. So I still have 20/20 vision, but as soon as my eyes get stressed when I'm reading, I see 2 with my dominant one, so I can't read. The reading glasses that I wear
Help
solve
shift
that
up a little
problem.
bit.
Yep.
Nice.
I don't need to wear them for anything else, but sometimes I just
Gotcha.
keep them on all day.
See, I wonder if the red light would help. Do you leave your eyes open in the
Oh,
red
yeah.
light? Yeah. I wonder if that'll help at all.
We'll find
Double
out.
vision. That would be sweet if it did.
We'll find out.
We'll use a little guinea pig test right here. That would be pretty cool. We'll have to check back in.
Yep.
And after, give it a couple months.
Yeah.
See how it goes in a couple months. We'll come back to it. But
Consistency is key.
yeah, for sure. You got anything else for us?
Nope. I
Cool.
don't think so.
Yeah. We're excited that you were able to come on. I mean, we haven't had a military guy on yet, so you're our first one, but won't be our last, that's
Nope.
for sure. Really appreciate you coming on, just telling your
Hey.
story, and we look forward to seeing what you're able to do in the
I
future.
appreciate everything you do here. So I told you right off the bat, like, you need something, let me know.
Appreciate it.
I'll be there.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll
I
catch you later,
appreciate it.
buddy.
Awesome.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one. Yeah.